Hey guys, I've got a unique ad. Are you getting enough sleep? Sleep is really important. Trust me, I barely get any of it. But when I do, I want to sleep really, really well. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about, Helix. In fact, Helix was so confident that we would love the beds that they sent us 3 to try out, knowing we would love it. So we've had these beds for the past 6 months, and I gotta tell you, freaking awesome.
Yeah, they gave us a sleep quiz that you can check out on their website, find out exactly what you want. I found the one that was perfect for me, and I got the one with cooling because it is hot in Texas, and if you sleep hot like I do, it helps so much.
Yeah, I needed an upgrade, and I took the quiz. I ended up getting the Helix Midnight Lux.
That's Joe's main bed. How do you like it?
Loving it. It's like medium. We can still kind of firm. I love it.
What's cool about Helix is that you get a 100-night trial. That's a sleep trial. You can try it out for 100 nights. See if you like it. If you don't, you can return it. So, guys, there is free shipping in the U.S. and right now they are running a site-wide sale, which is going to get you 27% site-wide off. So, if you're in the market for a new bed, if you're in the market for an upgrade, gosh, consider how much and how important, how much we use these beds and how important they are.
I need my sleep.
Yeah. Boom. Old guys are always telling you never cheap out on things that go under you, right? Tires, chairs, and a mattress.
So the link is down below for the Angry Joe show. Check it out. I think you're going to like it and you're going to get better sleep, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out. Hey guys, welcome to our review of Fantastic Four, The First Steps. Let me go ahead and give a fist bump, a Superman fist bump to...
I was wondering why you wore the costume.
Yeah. What? I wore the costume for Thunderbolts. I wore the costume for Superman, and now look, I need to get mileage out of the costume. Okay, I bought it. And plus, you know I want to wear it anyway. Anyways, the Fantastic Four First Steps... Oh, by the way, I saw Superman my 4th time now.
Oh, my God.
4 times,
Jesus.
3 times. So, you know, friends, family, one for me again. So I had filmed, actually, a 3rd viewing video. Haven't put it out yet because right now I'm in the middle of rendering our College Football 26 Angry Review. So that takes precedence. That'll go up today. Then this will go up. And then later on, I'll put up, you know, my final thoughts on Superman. But the more I see it, the more I really, really like it. And my opinion has gone up. Some things upon rewatch that went by really fast, you know, click now. And so, you know, I gotta, and it's also my critic brain versus my fan brain. I gotta, you know, evolve my criticism here. So I'm hoping to apply that in the future and to Fantastic Four, which we just came back from. And I think it's... the 4th time is the charm, right? Because Disney and or Marvel has tried this several times. Once with Fox and 2 times before with Jessica Alba era. And to me, they've never really been that great.
Good.
Or good. The 3rd film, my God, that thing was a piece of garbage with Michael B. Jordan.
It's fantastic. Would you say again? Fantastic.
Say that again?
Oh, God.
It's just awful. And... I guess the 4th time is the charm. They finally got it right. I didn't think I would give a crap about Fantastic Four. And I think what mainly works here is they embrace the comic book roots. Instead of treating Galactus, one of my biggest disappointments was treating Galactus like this giant cloud in the previous one that they did with Silver Surfer. It was cowardly, it was stupid, and I hated it. Here, Galactus is straight out of the fucking comics.
Looks good.
They don't give a shit that he is corny and hokey and he's just this giant and he eats planets and he walks around. But you know, how does this make sense? Because this and that. Just shut up. Shut up, you know, and that's kind of what they did. They just said, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And I think what I love the most about it is this aesthetic, this 1950s retro future aesthetic.
Great choice.
Wow, everything was so great to look at. the uniforms, the even the costumes on the extras in the background, the spaceships. This was a lot more sci-fi than even Superman that I was expecting, and I really enjoyed. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. This more, even though I say it's very comic book with the accuracy of Galactus, this to me doesn't really feel like a typical MCU comic book film. This is more a family film, more family. Hey, Joe, family. Vin Diesel film. This is a Vin Diesel film right here.
It's a lot of badass driving, though.
That just so happens to include a lot of comic book elements. And by focusing on sort of the drama between family members facing an external threat, Galactus, and this big plot point of the baby, I thought would be, I'm going to agree with Alex here in a minute, but with the baby, because I am not a fan of Franklin?
Mm-hmm.
Franklin Richards either, and I was very concerned about that. But I do think it works here for this specific instance. And
can't get too crazy with
can't get too please don't, because that's too much. But great performances. So let's start with the cast. I think Pedro Pascal was serviceable as Reed Richards. I don't think he knocks it out of the park as Reed Richards, but this man, he's a great actor. He takes his role seriously. You know, he doesn't have quite as much charisma as he's known for in his other roles, but it's because Reed Richards here is under assault, and he has a lot to try to shoulder. And Vanessa Kirby, fantastic. I think the film does her a lot of justice. Previous Invisible Women have been invisible or just, hot babes and stuff. And here you feel the mother side. And there's a scene in here where I was like, yeah. I wanted them to push it actually a little harder. But it was good, and I think mothers in the audience are really going to love it. And Ben, the thing, again, just like Galactus, absolutely perfect looking. The beard is a little creepy, I'm going to say that, but perfect looking, and delivers a solid performance. And it's like, what are we doing here? Are we going to do clobbering time? Are we going to be punching out Galactus? But they serve a purpose. Each character here serves a purpose. Even Johnny Storm, I thought, was done well. In previous films, he'd been the womanizer. What do they make fun of it in Wolverine and Deadpool? That version of Johnny Storm with Captain America, Chris Evans. But you could see that that's a part of his character here, but it's not pressed in this movie. It's been in the past, and there's a lot of fun interplay back and forth. And I think that's what works so well, the family dynamic. Now, there's some times where it started to kind of, I don't know if it's spinning its wheels or feel a little flat. Everything is working, but nothing ever, for me, reaches those emotional heights that I actually got in Superman, where, it was like, I think on my second viewing, my third viewing, where I was feeling a lot of emotion. And here, I didn't really feel the emotion.
Just gotta watch it 3 more times.
Outside, maybe I do need to. But whereas Superman, where it's like, I need to immediately go out and watch that again, here it's like, that was satisfying. I could watch this one again too, but probably not 4 times like with Superman. Of course, that's my favorite character, so there's a little bit of a bias there. But I am happy that Fantastic Four works. And a lot of people have said, oh, it's because you don't have to do any homework in the MCU. You don't have to know this. I don't know about you, but that shit didn't really bother me in previous Marvel films. Like, I didn't really feel like I needed to do homework. I'm one of those where I open a comic book and I just go right into it. And yeah, it helps to get a little bit of context here and there, but that is a bonus from this film for people who don't, for people who need that, who don't. I like to know everything, and I want it self-contained, and I don't want their floating elements around. This is completely self-contained, so that might be a bonus for some people, though I don't feel.
I think the majority of the people, honestly.
Yeah. It's 37th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you don't need to have seen a single other one.
Yeah, because that's way too fucking much. So I was like, maybe I'll watch the old Fantastic Four. Nah,
this is what I'm saying, though, is that I don't feel when I watch Thunderbolts, I don't feel like I need to have watched 17 other films in order to get Thunderbolts, because I enjoyed Thunderbolts too. But this is there for those that like it. So I thought it was great. I thought it was solid and a good time at the movies. So superhero films, fist bump. You seen the poster with Superman and Reed Richards, and I think it's great. Marvel has a hit, and I think Superman has a hit. That's going to be difficult because, how do I rate this film, right? When obviously people are going to compare my ratings of Superman to my ratings of Fantastic Four. But that's a little different, and this is the problem with numerical ratings.
Exactly.
Is, with Superman, I am personally invested with my life. I am literally living the costume
crying out loud.
He's crying out loud. Whereas this one, it's like, it's less so. It's like I was entertained. But we'll get to that point. I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of Fantastic Four, the first half?
This is my favorite Fantastic Four movie out of all of them. This is a good movie. You guys need to go out and check it out. This was a good time. Like you said, it's self-contained. You don't really need to do any of the homework. I was entertained the entire time. I really liked the chemistry between all the cast. They did a great job. Ben, Johnny, and Vanessa and Pedro. Soon.
It does say it's the first film in Phase 6. Really? I didn't even remember what Phase 5 was.
You're supposed to forget.
Apparently Phase 5 is over. Oh, that's right, because Ironheart was the last piece of shit in Phase 5. Okay, so this is Phase 6.
Again, there's nothing on Phase 5 to remember. But I loved I liked Galactic. He was very menacing. I honestly thought, I felt some tension on that one, and I was like, oh, shit, what's going to happen? It's very sad what happened. Stick around for the spoilers.
I think by setting it on Earth 800-something instead of where normal Marvel is, Earth 600-something, there is that tension. You're like, what is going to happen to these people? Are they going to jump to our reality? Well, I mean, are they going to abandon?
That's what we predicted and some other crazy shit during our trailer reaction. But I really like this one, and I think you should definitely check it out for majority of the points that you said. I like the time period they used. Reminds me like old school, but yet the Jetsons kind of the vibe and stuff like that. But great choice and great costumes. I like it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This is the only Fantastic Four movie I've actually ever seen because the other ones didn't look good, and I believe that if a movie doesn't look good, you shouldn't watch it. And so, this one is really good.
Sometimes there are movies that don't have great trailers, that don't look good, that end up being good. Not very many.
Not very many. And then the word of mouth, but the word of mouth for those movies was like, this is trash. And so this one's really good. I think it's got so much style, and they did such a wonderful job making you feel that you are in an alternate reality. Like things are wildly different, and they really play with it in as like a wonderful setting. The characters are charming. I mean, this is a tight script. I think there are serious characters. There are characters that have more fun, and I think there was a good balance of that. There are emotional moments here that are left to breathe, and there's not some stupid gag that's not very funny put at the end. And so it's not punctuated with a joke that completely relieves all, emotional buildup. They let you kind of stay in that moment and feel with these characters. This movie has a start, middle, and end. It flows well. It's edited well. And I'm saying all these things because, for me, it's a contrast to Superman. I think this is a better film than Superman. I think it is put together better. I think the chemistry here is as on par with some of the characters in that other one. There's some parts as far as believability. I don't never like Galactus' character. I just straight up fucking despise Franklin Richards as a character. I think he's terrible. And
because he's too powerful, he can snap his fingers. He's
the most powerful protagonist in any Marvel.
We're talking about the baby, not really.
Yeah, and so they don't do anything with him. I was totally worried that they were going to have this thing where the baby kind of takes over. The baby is important, but the baby is not, the
whole film.
And so it's I think it's the best possible showing that you can do with Franklin Richards, where he's not the focus at all, but he's kind of the focus.
And granted, this is a small little area because now you're fucked. Yeah. The fact that we've introduced this baby now.
Yeah. So
you messed it up, but right here we're good.
Yeah, right here we're in the sweet spot. So I think they did a really good job with this one. I don't think it's perfect. I think there were some parts where I do think they were spinning their wheels, like you said. There were some kind of, there's some moments towards the end. It's like, well, we couldn't be wrapping this up a little quicker. We could have heightened some of the the action moments, but I think they did a really good job on every other part of it. So, yeah,
I was feeling the music more than I was in Superman outside of the John Williams, because John Williams score and even clones of John Williams score are better than the tracks here, but it had its own style and it was pumping the entire time, and I really liked it. And I'd say that. Here's what's interesting. This budget here, it says it's $200 million plus. They don't exactly know. We know Superman's budget was $225.
$200 million plus. I mean, that could be $7 billion.
And here's what. Well, I can try to find more solid numbers, but it's around that. We're going to say 200, 250, 225. But the money is on the screen. Like, I actually feel like this film, it translated the money on screen more so than Superman. I was like, where's some of the Superman kind of has a little cheaper sets, but it could just be the style and aesthetic because everything was so tight here. I agree with Alex. It's surprising that a screenplay by 4 different people, Josh Feldman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer, is this tight.
That's what happens when they're all in the same room.
Same page.
Page, same room.
What are you doing? Communication? Okay, got it.
And it's an hour and 55 minutes with credits, and it does feel like a great length. I didn't feel bored. I didn't feel... Well, there were times where I was like, this should have a little more impact, but it wasn't boredom.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit longer on certain points because I wanted to see some more of, I guess, the Silver Surfer and a little bit of the Ben stuff.
Yeah, I think what the problem here is the Fantastic Four. Don't get mad at me. The Fantastic Four individually aren't really that compelling to me.
Yeah, because again,
at least
this
within
movie,
the Marvel universe, I'd prefer to watch X-Men. I'd prefer to watch Event.
I was not looking forward to this movie. Like, oh, they're gonna make Fantastic Four. It's like, oh, it's gonna be shit. I've watched 3 of them. They've been shit.
Well, why do they keep doing?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, you won me over.
But I'm the biggest hater of the Fantastic Four, honestly. Like, I was like, no, fuck this. I don't want to see another one. This is going to be stupid.
I thought so, too.
But when you put together talented people, director Matt Shackman, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and Kevin Feige, they made this shit work. And I enjoyed it. And by the characters playing with each other, off each other as a family unit. The whole idea of family.
Easy. You're going to summon it. You're going to summon him. Don't say too much. 5 times.
Make my muscles bigger. Please don't. Right? Joey, if you run out this frame, come back in the frame with the ball cap on.
Shit.
And
we
that
ruined
muscle
it with
suit.
with the golem.
2 muscle suits.
All right, we gotta buy another muscle suit and more ball caps. All right, but yeah, so and that's what truly works, and I liked it. But we can go into specifics in the spoiler section, but yeah, satisfying, works on multiple levels, sets up a universe. Now I'm looking, it says the sequel is in development. I think I would watch a sequel.
Yeah.
And I think it would give the characters more time. So if there's one thing to say is that everybody has their moments, right? But they're brief because of the fact that you're dealing with a galactic threat. And the Galactus thing hangs over the whole film, the whole time. But, and I was like, man, how are they going to resolve this? Is this resolved in an intelligent way? And a satisfying way, and a way that doesn't betray the characters, which I was kind of worried about. By the end, it doesn't. It actually elevates the characters, and without revealing, I can't say very much more. There are 2 after credit scenes, so you can stay, one for the mid credits, and then one.
Post one didn't really.
The post one didn't really matter, but so did Superman's ones. Didn't really matter, but you might enjoy.
If they would have done the bricks.
They would have done the eye bricks, a reference to.
I can't make bricks for my eyes.
A guilty pleasure, because I actually think that Superman 4 is not the worst Superman. It's better than 3. Don't get me started on Superman. I'll take this over, Joe. Anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and go with final verdicts for first film of Phase 6, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, Disney Marvel. Let's go.
Definitely go check this out. It's very entertaining. I think it's a great blockbuster summer hit. It's going to be an 8 for me. I love the cast. Everyone had great chemistry. I just wanted a couple more moments. I just like kind of like.
What'd you think of the Silver Surfer? Oh, let's not forget about to talk about the Silver Surfer.
Well, yeah, that's
did it
what
bother you that it was a chick?
No, it didn't, because it kind of had some story, and like I was saying, I wish it was kind of longer because it was
Get a little more of
kind of
that
curious
stuff.
to see what was going on with her story. But that didn't bother me. Everything else was pretty good. I loved everything about this, the way it looked. I guess. Yeah. The other thing I like too is like the way they kind of deal with society and everything, kind of turning their back on them all of a sudden. That's what I kind of liked as well. Like, we have a galactic threat, the planet's in danger. Like, humans, just fucking dudes. Like,
it's interesting because the people act realistically.
They do. It's like, just do it. It's like, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, we'll talk
like,
about it in spoilers. But at the same time, it's kind of not realistic. But it's that comic book realism.
Yeah,
you know?
it fits for its own little segment.
Because people have to come together, outside of the team in order for things to work. And I think it's explained. We'll get to it in spoilers.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah. I think.
Wait, Joe. You're
It's
giving this an 8 and Superman
6.
a 6?
Yeah.
And you're not.
Is that what I did?
Have you seen?
You saw it twice.
Have you seen?
It's not twice.
Have you seen Superman 3 times, 4 times, Joe? Joe, watch it a 3rd time. I think your opinion will change. But you're giving this.
I wanted it to be
an
better.
8, and you're giving Superman a 6.
Yeah, because like
I'm
for
mad at
a
you.
lot of the points we said, I wanted a better film from Superman, but
Don't talk to me.
it's still good.
A fellow Superman fan, don't talk to me.
It's still good.
I need to talk. I need to sit you down in front of me. I need to talk to you about 3 hours about Superman.
Oh my God!
I swear to God, your opinion will change. I can do it, Joe. Mine has slowly.
So.
I like. Look, we both like Superman.
Yes.
We just wish we loved Superman. Are you saying you love
It could
this
have been
film?
better.
Are
Yeah,
you saying
it
you
could have been
love
better.
Fantastic Four? But you saying you liked Fantastic Four?
I don't love them, but they did a great job.
Okay. I just had to give you shit.
No,
Do you
they
think
did
I
a
was
great job.
Is a movie successful if you have to see it 4 times before it starts to get good? Like,
No, it's not that I have to. It's that I want to, Alex. That's where you're wrong.
Oh yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I don't. I'm done seeing that movie. I'd rather watch this one again. I don't think it's 2 points higher than.
That's why I said I'm gonna sit down with Joe for 3 hours because I know that would be a futile.
Yeah. Like I don't. I mean, I have no love for either of these franchises. Right? Superman can exist over there. Fantastic Four can exist over there. I don't want to read about them. I don't want to watch most of their media. But when they get it right, they get it right.
Yeah.
I think that this is a little better than Superman. I don't think it's 2 points better, but I gave Superman a higher score than you did. So I think Superman's a 7. I think this is an 8. It's a tighter film. It's not jumbled. It's not overstuffed. It lets its emotional moments breathe. It doesn't treat you like a fucking idiot like James Gunn treats its audience, where you don't have the emotional capacity to sit in these moments. And it's just...
You're wrong, but you're actually right. But you're also wrong again. So there, all right. I'll reverse it. I'll reverse it. You're right.
Positive.
You're right, but then you're a little wrong. But then you're right. So it's this nice sandwich.
Okay. So this one lets the emotional moments breathe, and it doesn't try to make you laugh immediately afterwards, like you have the emotional capacity of a goldfish. You are allowed to have feelings here. They have emotional moments, where it's dealing with family and motherhood and the love of a husband and a wife and family. It's all there, and it does a really good job with all these things. The only reason I am not giving it higher than a 9 or a 10 is. There's a sequence that honestly I think is 5 minutes too long, and it never really reached the heights where it was I felt like I was there. We'll talk about it in spoilers. There's an ending sequence that I think is cool, but I wanted it to be great. It's I think that we could have done really cool, amazing things, and I was hoping for a bigger bang at the end. But I think that this is a great movie. I think it's an 8 out of 10. This is something that you want to take your family to. It's not a dumb fucking movie like Jurassic Park. It's not a slightly disappointing movie like Superman, and it's not one of the worst movies of all time like The Smurfs. So it's if you're looking for a movie,
Who the fuck knew that Fantastic Four would win
That's
for July?
crazy.
In Alex's mind.
Yeah, so it's I don't.
A film that we were we do not want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the 4th one. Technically,
not.
this is the 5th one.
Oh, because
That's
the one
right.
unreleased
It didn't
one.
come out, though,
It never
so-
came out. Yeah, they filmed it. It's Batgirl doesn't exist. They made it, but it don't exist. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Really good stuff. If you're gonna see one superhero movie this month,
Hey, that diamond, cut him off! Cut his mic! Where's your... Go ahead, talk.
yeah, you should.
I forgot I can cut people's mics. That's amazing. I just realized this. Anyways, so one thing that I think we didn't touch on that Alex reminded me is this film is surprisingly unfunny. No, I'm not saying I'm surprisingly not as funny as other Marvel films. You know what I mean? And I think that's not a bad thing. I think in this case, it's a good thing. It does have some comedic moments, but I wasn't like, laughing out in the theater. I was just like smiling.
It took itself more seriously.
It took itself more seriously. It's not one of those, throwaway kind of things.
No.
And Alex is right. And this is something I wanted in Superman more is let those emotional moments breathe. That pacing is breakneck in Superman. And here, the moments are allowed to breathe, and the pacing's fast, but it's not too fast. It's not the TikTok generation. It's not the Minecraft generation pacing, and I appreciate that. So just to bring y'all up to speed on my fourth viewing of Superman. So originally I gave Superman, you got your critic brain and your fan brain, and I firmly believe in those. My critic brain gave it a 6 out of 10. And that's also my fan brain at the time, because it's like I wanted Superman depicted, and I think there were certain things in there that bothered me so much. Some creative choices. Over time, that has changes upon repeat viewings. It's like, if you're going to dare to do something, it has to work within the film. And this is a whole video that I'll have to, I actually already filmed. It works, and I've turned a leaf on that. So I would say Superman for me is still like a 7. As a critic, I can't give it so much more, and as a fan brain, it's like 8. But seeing the reaction online, right? 92%, 84% critics, 92% audience. Superman's a 10 out of 10. If you get to see what I see in the character, and mass audiences, it's like built for them. I don't know, Minecraft, TikTok, whatever. It doesn't matter. Then that's the heights that it reaches. And Fantastic Four is a consistently good film as you're watching it. Superman, for me, there's like really high highs. I'm like emotional, and I'm invested in Paul Kent, and then at the end of the film when he smiles, and then some of the fights, but then there's low. So it's like a bouncing effect, right? And so these are the two different things. So whereas Superman might be a 7 and an 8 in a fan brain, I think that Fantastic Four is it's also. But there are flat moments that I'm like, I'm surprised with all the elements here, with everything going so well. If we had just pushed it in a few more directions, then I think this could be one of the all-time greats. I don't think that it's, do you think it's top 5 Marvel? I think it might just miss top 5, or maybe hovering right about that.
See the fucking list.
Dude, it's 37 fucking films, man. But what I'm saying is that it just needs something else to push it over that. So I'm going to go with a
Bladezo's number 1.
7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for me. I thought it was the best Fantastic Four. I could very easily see it an 8 as well.
Very low bar.
I'm curious. Well, with what Disney has done late, this is a fucking. You compare this to Ironheart, it's a 10 out of 10. That's the problem with the numerical ratings is people want to take, here's your horror rating, and you gave Superman this and this, but it doesn't really work like that. How effectively does this film tell this particular story, convey this particular characters, do the Galactus thread? And in that case, now I'm convincing myself it's probably an 8. An 8 out of 10 critic side. So.
Superman's Superman's like in the brain.
My suit's choking me out.
You saying it's the same?
Superman would give this an 8 out of 10 because he's so selfless.
Yes.
True.
Nice, Alex. Mm-hmm. That man is that warm, that humble, and yeah. So. But Superman has improved for me, guys. Oh, man, I'm gonna get shit for this.
Why? It's your opinion. It's fine. Well, people don't like opinions.
Yeah, but it's much different. You can't literally compare my rating for a Fantastic Four film where I'm not invested in the characters, don't give a shit about them, but know that was well done, versus a Superman where I am like invested in. If you don't get this, all these aspects right, then it's gonna bother me, and I'm gonna give you a lower score. But those are knee-jerk fan reactions, and when I go, okay, creatively, does this decision work? Does this actually work? And my mind can change, and my mind has changed on Superman, especially with his parents. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, my mind changed with Guy and Mr. Terrific. I was like, I don't want these.
I didn't need my mind
changed.
changed.
Like, holy shit, those guys are fucking.
No, we didn't want them in the beginning.
I
We don't need this many
There's
characters.
too many because I wanted to be focused on, like you said,
Right.
Superman and Ma and Pa Kent and all that stuff. That would have been way better.
That you liked it. Okay, well, hey man, this is a great fucking time, a great thing, and I never
skip
thought.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so Jurassic Park is the one
making
that
a lot.
And Smurfs.
and Smurfs, and I know what you did last summer. These are all terrible films that you can skip. You can skip Eddington. Wait for Edding. If you like to be challenged by movies, wait for it on VOD. But yeah. All right, so that is the rating. Let's go into the spoiler section where maybe it could go up or down. Who knows? Man, we rate these things 15 minutes after seeing it. So, all right, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.